I will watch it again. But Denny Villeneuve, please stop making minor mistakes. What was under the sand when Paul and his mom were running through the desert and he steps on something hollow, like a bunker, and he steps on it 3 times and that brings the worm? I want to know what was in that under the sand, motherfucker. Um, we didn't get to see it. Jessica and Paul had to run off because Paul's 3 footsteps brought the worm. And isn't doesn't that make Paul look really silly when he was just minutes earlier telling his mom how to walk like a Fremen? Embarrassing! But embarrassing! I want to know what's under that fucking sand. Um, when they park, when Jason Momoa rescues them, and they park at that hideout, they have to put a tent over their helicopter because a storm's coming. They spend time in that hideout for like maybe, I don't know, an hour, half hour. So that storm just came and left, or at least that's I didn't see no fucking storm. And then the Sardaukar guys, who are not supposed to be dressed in non Harkonnen outfits, come down from the sky, and it looks really cool at first. And I think, awesome, they're on wires, and there's a drop ship up there. Nope, these guys are flying around, and I thought I was watching like the Venture Brothers. There's this fucking, it looked like a musical, or like I thought they were all going to start singing, but they're flying around, and I said, maybe they got jetpacks or like a gravity belt on or something. Nope, I didn't see anything like that. So there's just dudes just flying, Venture Brothers. And then the badasses jump out of the sand. They were there having drinking tea like a dozen Fremen, but when the starter car come down, they're all gone because they're Fremen badasses. They surprise the starter car, are kicking ass for a second, and then Denny's famous cuts because he thinks it's dramatic, like what happened to those badasses. And then you see Jason Momoa waiting in that room alone, and only Sardaukar come in, and you're like, I guess we learned what happened to the fucking assassin Fremens. They're all fucking dead. Jason Momoa's fight, the fights were in this whole thing was terrible. I feel really bad for Jason because how do you not make Jason Momoa look badass? That's like a I don't even that's like a miracle to pull that off. But his fight was anticlimactic. Oh, and because Denny thought he wanted a PG-13 rating, he thought he couldn't show blades going into people's bodies. And I don't know if that's the case. I thought you just couldn't have blood or something too visceral. But you straight up and don't see where even killing blows are going. You see a few throats get slashed, but it's kind of blurred out, and the camera's purposefully on the other side of the head, so you can't see where the blades are hitting. So half the times you'll see a guy go, ooh, and until the person backs away, you don't even know that that's where their sword went. So I was like, I hate fucking PG-13 if this is what it takes. I don't even know how these people are dying. I just hear them moaning. Ugh. Ooh. I was like, show me one shot of a knife or a sword going into some body part, Denny. So frustrating. Um, how the Sardaukar or the Harkonnens even found Paul and Jess out in the damn thing. And how did his helicopter, when they were flying through the dust storm, if turning off the engines was going to help the helicopter move with the storm, move like water, wouldn't it be better to leave the wings out and just turn off the engines? I think you have a better chance of being caught in the wind. I don't know how that thing didn't just take a fucking dive straight into the ground with its wings out. But anyway, um, uh, gosh, there was so much of this stuff, dude. The fights were terrible. I thought it was oh, there's people doing cartwheels through like massive battlefields, and I know they got the force field on them, but do you have to not look so much like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon? I mean, dudes are not getting hit. Paul Atreides is in there cutting people and slashing and not getting hit. Like, dude, you do not introduce a young, somewhat unknown actor into a film like this and not let him get his ass kicked a little bit. That's why we love Leonardo DiCaprio's because of Gangs in New York. That's why we love Daniel Craig because of Casino Royale when he's getting his nuts smacked. You're always supposed to do that, man. You make sure. Even Neil got his ass kicked a little bit. You're whenever you're doing that, a good new hero or somebody who can't play a hero like Leonardo DiCaprio, uh, that's what you do. You whip their ass. And now I love Leonardo after seeing that Gangs in New York. But anyway, that's what they were. I just so this kid suddenly is just kicking everybody's ass in the film, and he's barely getting hurt. He's like he'll get like a kick here and a punch here. You're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to show him getting his ass whipped by that black Fremen dude, and to the point of almost death. And then Paul's supposed to like deliver the killing blow. That's how you were supposed to handle that fight, not having him besting every motherfucker in the land. We didn't learn nothing about the Harkonnen. There was only two Harkonnen and a bunch of faceless fucking motorcycle helmet dudes running around. Uh, Baron Harkonnen has two sentences in the film. Dave Bautista has two sentences in the film. I don't know why they're around. They're just guys that wear black and blow shit up. The Fremen are oppressed, but we didn't see the oppression. We just see resources being taken. It'd be like if Columbus didn't bother the natives at all and just mined gold by himself, and the natives came over and started shooting arrows at him. I know what Columbus would do. He would open fire on those natives. So it's like we didn't even learn why the Fremen were oppressed. It didn't show individual Fremen being oppressed by the Harkonnen. It just they weren't the motherfucker, Denny. And the last thing is the city that gets attacked by the Harkonnen. Doesn't any of the Atreides have a guy out there with binoculars? The fucking Harkonnen ship was right over him. Give somebody, it's like the guy from Die Hard. Christ, pal, give me a fucking bartender for all we know. Give me a fucking bartender with some fucking. Give me a 10-year-old kid with binoculars, and we will increase our odds of seeing bad guys coming from quite a ways away. There's no satellites. Uh, oh, horrible. Just bad guys just dump all over the city. And you notice there was no guards? Like every guard in that palace was asleep. And I swear I saw dudes running out in their underwear, like in pajamas. And I was like, where's the regular fucking guards? There's not one fucking guard. Give a kid some binoculars, god damn it. Um, and the Harkonnens dropping random missiles onto the city. And I was thinking, why are they just attacking the random city streets? Aren't they supposed to be hitting military targets, like guard towers? And and I didn't see no civilians getting killed. So for a quick second, my brain hurt, and I said, maybe this isn't a city with civilians in it. Maybe this is just a big military complex. And my friend argued with me. He's like, it's a city. Don't you remember the Fremen? And I was like, yeah, that was like 200 or 300 religious Fremens there to look for their Messiah. I was like, we didn't get to see any of the city's streets, and I still am not motherfucking sure if that was an actual city with civilians and WalMarts and gas stations in it. I don't know. I didn't see any kids, and when the Harkonnen attacked, I didn't see anybody dying. Ah! But anyway, the visuals. And I'll just end this with visuals were motherfucking. I was crying, dude, watching it because it brought me back to when I was a kid, like when I first watched Blade Runner for the 10,000th time. I I was watching this movie with the visuals was, dude, I still get chills observing. There's so much for your eyes to take in on the massive landscapes and the structures. And if you're a sci-fi fan, you are studying it up and down, saying, where's the thrusters? Where's the cockpit? Where's the engine? How is it going to land? Okay, good landing gear. That's reasonable landing gear. That's kind of close. You know, the vehicles were the shit. And they all scientifically worked, dude. Like with my sci-fi engineering knowledge, it was all working, and I was seeing an awesome economy going on. And dude, watch that in IMAX. I feel so bad I didn't watch it in IMAX with the badass sound system, but oh, dude, I can't wait to watch that again though. Those landscape and shots, you know. Oh man.